We don't play that intro often enough. I'm still used to like the alarm clock intro, which just kind of jolts you awake, and you're looking around. It's like, oh, this must be an emergency episode of the Jira Life.
Yeah, but also I don't want to get sued by the people who make Among Us, so
it's a sound, fair use. You're using
not
it
the
for
sound,
not the sound, not the sound. The image that goes along with the sound.
We weren't talking about the image. We're talking about the sound.
I'll see what I can do for next time.
So, somebody found our message. Hey, Sean. So, yeah, Alex, it's raining on you.
It's 103 degrees outside. I would love some rain.
Bring some here. It's like 116. We're convening this. We're convening this emergency meeting.
We're gathered here today.
Yes, because we might have missed a few items of news that happened while we were on the live stream doing a Jira Life.
Atlassian is not allowed to send emails on communication we're not allowed to talk about, and or communication on emails on information we are allowed to talk about during the Jira Life. We need to talk to Angela about this.
We do. So
you could talk to Angela, and it could be that she thought she was timing it perfectly for us to
catch it,
cover it.
Yeah, exactly, catch it. Just drop everything else we were talking about. Wave goodbye to Brian earlier, our guest earlier today, and jump into this news. So
I say it's the opposite. I say it's the opposite. It's dropped in time specifically so that we don't have time to cover it for a week.
That's where I'm at.
Okay.
So huge news. Huge
news. Rodney, why don't you let us know what this what this first bit of news is?
So we've got several pieces of news. Atlassian came out with their letter to shareholders today, and one of the big pieces of news that's also shared here on the president of Atlassian, Anu's profile, is that she will be leaving Atlassian by the end of the year. And I want to note that is a very generalized, non-specific timing.
The actual letter to shareholders was specific. It did say
December 31st.
December 31st of 2025.
I'm saying from the wording here, it seems like there might be some play.
Not according to the letter that was given to all shareholders. No play there.
Yeah, there's not there's not wiggle room. There's actually a solid date, which, as it might be for Sarah and Lina to hold their 24-hour live stream on that date.
I like that idea. Just make them do it.
I don't hate that idea, but I think they're going to need some help from Alex specifically.
Right. But let's get into the serious details here. What does this mean? Why December 31st? Why not tomorrow? Let's talk about this. Who's got thoughts? Who's got opinions?
Well, I think Scott kind of showed the way, right? If you're at that high level of a position of Atlassian, and it's not like any sort of hostile takeover or anything like that. Atlassian isn't being bought by Salesforce or whoever, and you want to you want to give time for the executive team, as we talked to Mike, earlier this year about Scott leaving. You want to give that executive time to take a look and see how they can adjust to, filling the hole that Anu's going to, Anu's departure is going to create. So a lot of it is time.
I would not be shocked if they already have the next president picked out before they announce this, and they're just going through the process of learning what all this entails, making sure that when that transition's made and the juggling's going on, nothing's dropped.
One, this is not the same scenario as Scooter. Scooter leaving was strictly retirement to the sunset to enjoy his billions. Anu's got 33 million. That's like 6 months in Silicon Valley. So where's her next job is my burning question. And
well, I mean, if you look at the wording here, and in the stockholder letter, it specifically says to pursue other opportunities.
Right, but Scott had to pursue other opportunities as well. But I'm curious where she's going to go, who's hiring, and what company that's hiring is waiting 6 months before they get their next CEO. Because the only position she can go for at this point is CEO. She's not going for president anymore somewhere.
That's true. I mean, she's not moving down. You don't expect her to move down the ladder, right?
Or
you're expecting her to move up the ladder. Yeah, she's got to move up. I think Sean's thinking of retiring. So, release team could use a new CEO, maybe some new blood. I don't know.
That position's earmarked for me, Sean. No, but in all seriousness, which company? Because this is what got me thinking. I'm like, well, maybe she can go to an AI company, and she lives in San Francisco, right? There's a AI galore. But like, who the heck is gonna wait all of August, September, October, November, and December to get a CEO?
Like, who's someone who has a CEO who's already on the way out and hasn't been revealed yet?
Okay, but then that means over the next 5 months, she's short timing it. Then at that point, she has to start being successful in her next role and getting ready for that. Second thing, I don't think Atlassian's going to replace. I don't think we'll get another president at Atlassian.
You don't think so?
No. How many companies have presidents of an entire company?
Quite a few, honestly.
I was going to say quite a few.
Quite a few have quite a few have presidents of like divisions. I can see a Jira president. I can see a JSM president, but how many companies have?
I think the word you're thinking of is vice president there.
No, I've seen presidents in one of my last jobs where the major division of Northrop Grumman too, where I was at, they have presidents for their various divisions, but there's one CEO for the company. I know had a very interesting president where she was like the president of the company, but that always questioned me. And then what's Mike doing then?
I mean, let's not delude ourselves here. The role of most modern CEOs is chief cheerleader. Their job is to make sure the stock stays performant.
Okay. And what's the role of the president?
Keep the lights on, keep the business running. And no, the two are not the same job. And I said, I believe more companies have president than you're giving them credit for.
I'm not saying that companies don't have presidents. I'm saying it's rare for companies to have one president. I see a lot of presidents in companies. Who's the president at Ford? Because I'd like to know.
Fairley. Dave Fairley. That's COO.
That's CEO. That's CEO.
I mean, I've seen also a good few situations where president and the CEO is the same position.
No, that's at the leadership. That's at the board. He's the president of the board and the CEO of the company.
So
I think we're getting way off.
I'm just telling you, I don't think Atlassian's going to get a president. I think the responsibility is going to fall on Mike.
So just taking a quick look at our executives before they change. So there's Mike, there's Anu. Brian Duffy is new as of this year as the chief revenue officer. there's Rajiv. I want to bring. I'd like to get him as a guest. And yes, I'm saying this very, very, very publicly. But notice in all of these titles, and I think Sean's right here. There is no chief
COO.
operating officer, no COO, and I think that's the role that Anu was playing as president of Atlassian, was kind of the day-to-day stuff, making sure that in terms logistics wise, the trains are running on time. Right.
So then why not promote her to the C-suite?
She is a member of the C-suite.
No, there's no C next to her title.
Well, yeah, you don't.
I mean, I think you're getting.
You guys need to go.
I think you're kind of doing like potato. Is
I was going to say he's splitting rabbits.
I'm not splitting anything. A title's a title, guys. And I still do not see any presidents at Ford.
So if we're assuming there will be a president, which just for sake of argument, let's assume, and we're assuming they're probably going to be picked from the suite of from the C-suite that Atlassian already has. Who would be your favorite?
Sharif. Somebody with AI. Somebody who's driving AI.
Honestly, with how she's been performing and moves she's been making in the company, I'd probably put Zeynep up there as a potential.
So instead of marketing, so she moves from.
I wouldn't do that move. I would not do that move at all.
Do I think it's the wise move? No. Do I think it's the Atlassian move? Probably.
You don't put a non-product person on to run the company.
You say that, but people do it all the time, Alex.
Yeah, and then look at where Boeing's at. You put a product person in a position like that.
So you're saying...
I'm saying you gain somebody technical and somebody in-house, inbred.
So probably CTO then.
No, we got a CTO. Remember, this position is technically COO.
No, we're moving the CTO up to president, is what I'm
saying. So Rajiv is getting a promotion, to which I say, OH. Okay, okay, never mind. You guys are not big in the Big Ten, so,
I don't think Rajiv
Sarah might know, but,
I don't think Rajiv goes anywhere. I think Rajiv stays put.
As far as Big Ten goes, Bob, you do remember that I live in SEC country, right?
Don't worry. The Big Ten might swallow up the SEC. It'll just become one conference. But we digress.
Fight on.
We do.
Did you guys go to distinguished schools like I did?
For hockey.
I'm a Trojan. They can't win football games, but they're still up there.
We had the only Division I hockey team in the South. Just let that sink in for 5 seconds.
The ice skating ring stayed cold. Okay.
That is the most popular response, even mine.
So back to this. I think we don't get a president. Maybe we get a COO. And maybe Mike just assumes the responsibility.
That's a lot of responsibility.
He took it on already when Scott left.
That's a different sort of deal.
And even he admits he didn't take on everything that Scott did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they'll get a president, though. I'm telling you. And I really hope they don't put a non-technical person in there.
I mean, we will see within the next 4 months. So this does lead us internally talking. I said, I know we just mentioned earlier, but we did the long stream when we said goodbye to Server. We did the long stream when we said goodbye to Scott. I mean, we were joking about Lina and Sarah, but seriously, do we do another like 10-hour stream?
Here's what we're doing. Because Sarah likes to flash it in our faces that she is friends with Anu on LinkedIn, we will do it if Sarah gets Anu to come say goodbye.
I think that may be a tall ask, but we could.
I wonder if that's just a lot of pressure on Sarah. And
I'm just saying, when you're showing off the president of Atlassian has accepted your friend request on LinkedIn or connection request on LinkedIn.
All
You
right,
gotta pull that network.
Your wife is good for this, so.
But Lina, are you willing to volunteer Alex for 10 hours?
It's on New Year's Eve. What are we volunteering?
Oh, so you should be up till midnight anyways.
Yeah, that'll be an easy one.
I'm not talking about my midnight. I'm talking about your midnight.
We can finally do my cooking show I want to do. We'll all like make New Year's Eve dinner while we say goodbye to.
Yeah, which makes me wonder, all the barbecuing videos that we did, pre-team, they're locked away in some basement somewhere. They're never going to see the light of day, are they?
No. What are you talking about? You posted the barbecue.
Not all. No, I don't think.
You posted
we had the short video, one on the stream, and then we had the long one we posted on the channel.
Yeah. Do you want more?
Well,
I used every bit of.
Maybe I'm assuming that a lot more of the content ended up on the cutting room floor.
I mean, I used every bit of video you guys sent me, so I don't know if there's something left. It's because I didn't get it.
No, I have some of my clips.
All right, Sarah's saying that she doesn't.
She doesn't have that kind of.
She may not produce.
I'm just saying, Sarah. If the people want this to happen, y'all gotta rally behind Sarah and help her.
I think you're going to help Sarah out because you two are probably going to be more likely to talk to Anu before Sarah is.
But let's talk about that
because somebody is going to Barcelona.
But let's talk about that. Will Anu now be at Barcelona?
Oh, I bet she will.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I don't think. I mean, I think she'll be there, but I think her role at the event will be significantly lower now.
I mean, think about Scott at the Team 24. He was still there. He was still present. He was still going everywhere.
But you're still talking about a founder who it was his company. This is an Anu's company.
But this is somebody who has established relationships with a lot of customers, who has talked to a lot of the executives at those companies that Atlassian sells to. You think they're not going to do like one last goodbye in Barcelona?
They're going to invite media to that, right, Rodney?
I mean, that is what we are hoping for. I don't want to reveal too much just yet.
Yeah, we gotta start planting this idea in Angela's head. It's like, if there's gonna be a farewell, you want to be a part of that. Get the BTS scenes. We totally won't publish it until January 1st. Who does that? When Mr. Beast does like a major launch, people go and record like the BTS and then they'll publish it for like 2-3 months. But all right, so let's assume Anu's gonna be there. We're gonna have to try to get one last picture with her. Maybe, hopefully.
Oh, I think we're going to try for a little bit more than just a picture.
Well, I'm hoping that if and when I get a picture with Anu, somebody doesn't photobomb me.
Oh, I'm absolutely going to photobomb you.
No, Bob photobomb me.
How?
I was taking a picture with Anu. Bob's like in the middle of the picture.
I have no plane tickets to Barcelona.
No, but you did on
Bob, but we do have Canva.
No, I'm talking about Team 25.
But in all seriousness, I'm thinking she's going to be there. I would love for TJL to be able to get an interview with her to follow up Team 25 Anaheim. But we'll see how things go. That's not the only news. I mean, that is emergency meeting worthy on its own, but that's not the only news that was revealed.
I wasn't even trying.
No, but we need to do that again for any picture he takes in Barcelona, Bob.
And if there does happen to be a photo bomb of me for a Team 25 Europe picture, let me bring up suspect number 1, who might be married to photobommy. Just saying.
You lost me. Who? What happened?
Lina.
Oh, we'll just do
No,
one
it'd
of
probably
these.
be. That's what I was about to point out. It'd probably be me with the image of you on a stick.
Oh man, well we gotta get like 2 sticks. Like I'll carry Sarah, you carry Bob. We'll have the whole crew together.
But as I was saying, Atlassian in the shareholder newsletter revealed another bit of news that I don't think I was quite expecting.
I don't know. Wait, are we done with Anu?
I think we are.
Wait,
Yeah,
no.
I think
One
we're
last
done with
thing.
corporate intrigue.
Where will Anu go? Robert Heen's got money on ClickUp. I got money on money.com. Where do you think she's going?
Why make a horizontal move? I think it's going to be I'm going to throw out Claude. Whoever's behind Claude.
I am going to say she is going to lead a startup that's in stealth mode right now.
That's risky though.
Some people like risk.
Stealth mode startup. I mean, I should probably go take over Waymo.
Well, Waymo's part of Alphabet, so
Yeah, but they still have their own CEO. Does she have a non-compete where she can't physically go to ClickUp or Monday?
So Sean brings up a good point. IBM is not necessarily so completely dark horse.
But I would caution Anu, if she's listening to this, to not follow in the footsteps of Marissa Mayer.
What, going from like Google, jumping into a CEO spot of like a Yahoo or something like that, or you're considering IBM kind of like an also ran like what Yahoo is or was?
Yeah, I mean it's a second grade company at this point. Nobody cares about IBM.
I mean, anyone who's using Red Hat would probably disagree with you.
Red Hat.
Yeah, that's how good they are.
The people who make Target Process.
Let me rephrase. No respecting AI company right now is seeing the makers of Watson being a threat to them.
HashiCorp.
Chicor is part of IBM.
What their underground of all people? I
mean, Yahoo still has mail, so you guys are just naming products off. I don't think it has a good leadership. I would not jump into that ship. If I was Anu, I'd take the risk with the stealth startup, than to go try to turn a sinking ship around. Be like if you went to Intel, man, like sinking.
Gelsinger is not going to leave Intel anytime soon.
That's why Intel's not going to exist anytime soon.
I thought Gelsinger did leave.
Did he?
Yeah. The CEO is not Gelsinger anymore. I believe it's a Korean person.
13 hours ago, Trump called for Intel CEO resignation. So whoever it is. Hey, look at that. If Trump gets his way and Anu's getting out and Intel is desperately trying to get into AI because they fell so far behind in NVIDIA and AMD.
NVIDIA would be interesting.
NVIDIA would be interesting.
It's not going anywhere.
They already have like a CEO that shows no signs of
sleeping,
of slowing down. So
it's Intel or bust. Lisa's not going anywhere either with AMD. And Intel desperately needs to get into the AI space. So they need an AI CEO, and it's either Satya or Rovo or Sam. And Zuck is going on a buying spree. He's already bought everybody else. All right, my money's on Intel, although I would highly recommend against it. Don't do it, Anu. Don't do it.
But I mean, next bit of news that I've been trying to get to for about the past 7 minutes now, Alex.
Just saying, I wanted to wrap up the conversation on Anu. Now you can go do whatever you want.
In this same shareholder letter, Atlassian also announced that they're entering a strategic partnership with the Google Cloud Platform to enable their products to also run on that.
On GCP. Yeah.
Yeah, on GCP. So this is interesting to me because it definitely spreads out the risk a little bit, because Atlassian Cloud product, for as long as I can remember paying attention to it, has been running on AWS.
Yes.
Which is a bad. I mean, I would have stayed on AWS.
I think Kythera,
They're not going from AWS; they're just
No,
diversifying.
they're diversifying. They're kind of allowing for the following apps: Jira, Confluence, and Loom.
So the collection.
Yeah, the teamwork collection. Yeah.
So they're just gonna put every new customer of the collection on there.
Maybe not every new customer, but some percentage of them.
And I think those customers who are strongly biased to GCP will certainly accept this, because one of the things that they are offering in this new collaboration with Google is closer integration between the Atlassian platform and Google's own apps like Gmail, like Calendar, as well as
Gemini
and Rovo together in what's called A2A, agent to agent.
So that's interesting, because Amazon doesn't have. I mean, they have Alexa, but that Alexa's not doing anything enterprise. And I'm sure that Amazon has some enterprise AI, but I don't know that they've. I don't know anything at the level of Gemini or Gipity, or
Right. I'm aware of it as a program. I think it's possibly an AWS product offering, but so
I don't know. Well, they're splitting the customers, or they're splitting atoms here. Then more power to them. All I'm gonna tell you is that Spotify went down the day that we had, or GCP went down the day we had to have Dave Meyer on, and so I am not happy with GCP right now.
I mean, yeah, but we've had outages like that AWS went down and half the internet went down, or Cloudflare went down and a chunk of the internet went down.
Yeah, but when was that?
With these hyper concentrated platforms and services, this is just a risk.
You think Atlassian will have a failover then, so that if something goes down with either or, they can just quickly spool and continue business?
I think they'll have a contingency plan for that. I don't think they're going to be eager to pull the trigger on that contingency plan.
Yeah, but failure to prepare is preparing to fail. I'm surprised they didn't go with Azure. I would have thought Azure. Didn't Microsoft win the who won the GovCloud stuff back in the day?
Well, GovCloud is based off of AWS.
Okay, so I would have just stayed with AWS then.
You're still thinking exclusive, and I think Atlassian is trying to broaden and entice customers, especially at an enterprise level. And so saying that, yes, you can purchase through the Google Cloud Marketplace a way to get to Jira Cloud or Confluence Cloud or Loom, or have Rovo operate and tie into your existing GCP infrastructure is kind of an enticement to get to customer 400,000 or customer 450,000.
Who has beef with Amazon if not Target and Walmart?
Again, you have to account for all sorts of individuals out there running these companies. I mean, those are the public beef, but That's not to say there can't be others. And there's also people who have already staked their platform, already staked their infrastructure on GCP, that this move will help them run smoother.
How?
I mean, this
It's
is just the
apples and
first.
oranges.
Is it really, though?
If I have an entire infrastructure in GCP and I am on Jira, my Jira does not depend on that infrastructure. So how am I going to get efficiencies?
The closer integration between so you have some sort of infrastructure, including applications, including a ginormous Google Drive, and you want to have something like Rovo go into all of that. It just makes for much easier, much faster connection if they were all in the same underlying infrastructure. That's the proposition.
I don't buy it. I think gigabit internet or fiber is fast enough.
I mean, the internet is not just talking about the US in general, is still surprisingly slow. I mean, it is even on fiber, even on the fastest fiber you can get in like a data hub, it is still easier to download 500 gigs onto a hard drive and ship that across country than is try to send it across the internet.
See, here's somebody that finally making sense on something. Being cloud independent gives Atlassian also more pricing leverage with cloud providers. Not pricing leverage that the consumers will see, but definitely for Atlassian's coffers.
Now, something I want to note, as Sean pointed out here, because I've been trying to get to this, if we could get past this point here, is I'm surprised Bitbucket is not on this list.
There's a list?
Yes.
Yes, there's a list.
Oh, right, because you had said Loom, the collection.
Yeah. So I'm surprised Bitbucket is not on there, because having your build infrastructure be where you're building on would make things run so much smoother.
Maybe Bitbucket is going to the wayside. We've seen Google and Amazon both kill off their Bitbucket competitors.
I don't think they were trying to compete with Bitbucket or GitHub or GitLab.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're a competing tool, whether they were competitors or not. But AWS, what is it? Code commit is.
You're saying that like our podcast is trying to compete with Mr. Beast.
Not even the same thing, but maybe who's got a podcast on Jira?
Honestly, quite a few people now.
Yeah.
Either the Joshes,
the
AppFire boys.
AppFire's got one.
Josh Skalinsky had one because he just had Josh Costella on there.
Yeah, I guess. His Atlassian and everything, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know if he's officially branded as a podcast, but yeah, I can see that. All right, so what else we got going on with this document that we have?
So most of this just goes into your standard, see how great we're doing. You want to keep giving us money, buy more stocks. Don't let it fall down, please. Your typical shareholder letter. I haven't got a chance to read through it thoroughly yet, just kind of skimming through the headlines.
Yeah, and then there was the stuff that you brought onto the show.
Yeah.
Earlier today. So
well, cool. Well, those are the breaking news, folks. What do you think? What do you think Aaron's going to do? What do you think this GCP things means to everybody? Let us know in the chat. Sean says this looks like it was AI written.
I mean, Atlassian
don't doubt
Intelligence
that.
was likely involved.
Rovo, go tell the people.
Here we go.
That is a possible avenue.
I haven't thought about that, but I could see it. Oh, I see also Lina updated her logo, so it actually does have a bite instead of a nibble.
How can you tell? Is it like 8 bits?
You need the 8.
Yeah, 8 bits is a bite, 4 bits is a nibble. Whoever named these was very hungry that day.
We have a sweater that I bought for her, and it says there's nothing, what part of, and then a bunch of binary numbers, and we've been trying to find bytes and nibbles and bits and everything. We just cannot convert it into anything that makes sense.
Really?
Have you
didn't
tried
know?
ASCII?
Yeah.
We should, we should feed it to ChatGPT. I'm pretty sure it will know now.
I mean, just straight ASCII conversion.
That's what I was thinking too.
But ASCII requires you to still do 4 at a time, no? And these aren't in groups of 4. I'm gonna feed it to ChatGPT, see what she says.
It's not groups of 4.
Should we? What are you talking about? Not groups of 4. You need the 4 to get the letter.
Do you want to tell him or should I?
You should tell me.
Go for it.
Can we see Mike's video on the Q424 shareholders letter? It's 4 minutes.
I don't think it'd be wise for us to play it on stream.
Why not?
Because we've been copyright struck by Atlassian content before.
But it's not copyrighted. We're commenting on it. That's the whole purpose of fair use.
I still, maybe with a little more planning, but I don't think it's a good idea at the moment.
So you don't think it's a good idea to play 10 seconds and then react to what he just said?
Because I don't want to be here for the next 45 minutes
It's a 5
as we
minute.
play 10 seconds at a time.
All right, I'll give it to you. Do you think that's his real office, though? I want a big couch like that.
I think it's about as real as you being in my office earlier tonight. Well, everyone, thank you for joining us for this emergency meeting. We need to have more of these, but I also need to work on that intro.
Yeah, we didn't like the sound.
Lina, send me a picture of the t-shirt.
Bob will convert it for us.
Yep. And we'll see everyone next time. As we say, we didn't choose the Jira Life. Jira Life chose us.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.